Good evening, I'm Erin Burnett, and out front tonight we begin with breaking news. ISIS expanding its brutal tactics to a third country. Tonight we are learning ISIS is making significant gains in Yemen, already a stronghold for Islamic militants who have launched attacks against the United States. Tonight we can report ISIS militants are recruiting inside of Yemen, the capital city there in chaos. Rebels already seizing the presidential palace and other government buildings. This as 2 American Navy warships are in position in the Red Sea. They say at the ready to evacuate American embassy personnel. The biggest fear, perhaps so, for U.S. intelligence officials is that analysts are now saying ISIS and al-Qaeda may be in direct competition with each other in Yemen, a competition to see who can strike America first. Brian Todd broke this story about ISIS now in a third country. And Brian, obviously it's a significant development. How serious a threat is this competition? Now you have it face to face between ISIS and al-Qaeda.
It is a very serious threat, Aaron, both inside and outside of Yemen for America and its interests. Tonight, we're told that ISIS has established a presence inside Yemen and is already engaged in at least one firefight against its rivals from al-Qaeda there. If this escalates, it could further destabilize that key U.S. ally in the war on terror.
Disturbing new information tonight on the most dangerous terrorist groups taking advantage of the chaos in Yemen. CNN has learned ISIS is now active and recruiting inside Yemen. That's according to a Yemeni official who says ISIS militants engaged in a gun battle against rivals from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula in the eastern provinces of Yemen last month.
ISIS may be in Yemen to compete with the al-Qaeda group there. Yemen is significant in Islam. It is a place where we've seen attacks against the United States. It also has been a major feeder for foreign fighters.
For years, al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula has dominated the terrorist foothold in Yemen. And the Yemeni official says AQAP still far outnumbers ISIS there, with hundreds of fighters compared to dozens for ISIS. A U.S. counterterrorism official tells CNN AQAP's leadership and key technical experts remain committed to plotting against Western targets. In a new video, a top AQAP leader renewed the group's call to launch attacks.
I think the target, as we initially saw, is going to be the Europeans simply because of their ease to get onto the continent, but ultimately their aim is the United States.
A U.S. official tells us American intelligence is working intensively to track AQAP's leaders. The most wanted, Nasir al-Wuhayshi, AQAP's founder, the man who approves targets and orders attacks, and Ibrahim al-Asiri, the group's master bomb maker, who was behind the Christmas Day underwear bomb plot and the attempt to place bombs in printer cartridges. Both attacks targeted the United States. Both almost succeeded. Asiri once placed a bomb inside the body of his own brother in an attempt to kill Saudi Arabia's interior minister.
And he detonated it in a meeting where he was, in theory, surrendering to the Saudi prince. And so this was an assassination attempt. It failed, but it illustrates the lengths to which somebody like Asiri will go to try to achieve their target.
Now, officials and analysts worry AQAP and ISIS will compete inside Yemen to see who can strike America and its allies first and hardest.
It could lead an attack against the U.S. Embassy in Sana'a, which is vulnerable, and it could also direct its attention northward to Saudi Arabia.
The foothold ISIS has in Yemen is still small, according to the Yemeni official we spoke with. But ISIS is trying to lure recruits from AQAP, promising them that ISIS has more money to fund operations. We're told AQAP is struggling to raise money right now. Aaron.